Hey FG fam, let me talk to you. Yeah, JC here today from Fitness Gamers, and no, I am not Damian Priest. JC from Fitness Gamers, and today I present to you all WWE 2K25 Bloodline Rules Match gameplay and review. So I'm going to give you all some gameplay of the Bloodline Rules Match, as well as my honest review of this game mode, and we're going to talk about how it works, how it plays, and what it is. There are two words that can describe this game mode: chaos and pandemonium. Just like WrestleMania Night 2 last year when Cody Rhodes finished the story, this game brings us the action that we saw on the television. So how does this work? You have three allies that come out and help you during the match. If you are beating up your opponent will get the call out first. They'll call out whoever they want. It'll pop up, I think it's R2 and triangle, kind of like a finisher, but the opposite. It'll pop up under your superstar. It'll say Bloodline call out or something like that. Something along those lines. You'll call them out, and then it becomes a 2-on-1. Then you could call somebody else out if they're beating you up. Then it's a 2-on-2. Then vice versa, it goes back and forth. It is random number generator, meaning that, let's say I have one of my teammates are out. I call the second one. It may let me call out the third one once the second one is fully out. At times, I've played different times, and you can even have a 2-on-1 at one point. If you do not have any damage, it could be a 2-on-1. That's how it's supposed to play. Now, there's an unfortunate thing, though, that I came across a couple times. I guess a con. I went through a match where nobody got called out. It never gave me the option to call anybody out. I beat Solo Sikoa up so bad, I was able to pin him 1, 2, 3, and nobody came out. So that kind of sucked. Then I also did a match when it was, the OTC versus the new Tribal Chief, the new Bloodline versus the OG Bloodline. And Solo called out two people, and I'm Roman Reigns, and yeah, I'm taking them to town. I'm beating them up good, and never let me call anybody else out. Never let me call anybody out. So the match just finished, 2-on-1. I pinned Solo. 3-on-1, my bad. 3-on-1. I pinned Solo. Got the W. Never called reinforcements. So I think it's a bit broken. They do have to update that, so I wanted to bring that into this video. But overall, the match is absolute chaos. It's absolute pandemonium. And when I say chaos and pandemonium, I don't mean anything bad. That's a good thing. It's something we haven't seen in a WWE game in a long time, and it works. It's structured. It works perfectly fine. There are cool features, as you see here, where I'm going to go for the pinfall on Hulk Hogan as Undertaker, and boom. As I'm laying on the floor, I'm going to go for the pin. I'm crawling for the pin. The reinforcement comes in right on cue. So it's really cool. It has a realistic effect to it, but that is if the match plays accordingly. Sometimes no reinforcements come out. It happened to me in like 3 playthroughs out of 10. So yeah, it's not going to happen always, but it can happen. It can happen to you. And in those 3 playthroughs, 2 of them were back to back. It just, nobody called anybody out. I was beating Solo Sikoa up big and nothing happened. Nonetheless, though, it's absolutely fun. I like what they did. A lot of prediction videos that I saw before the game came out were like, oh, it's going to be a no DQ match. It's a bit more than a no DQ match because it essentially becomes a 4-on-4 where only 2 superstars could pin one another. So, 1v1, right? The original 1v1 are the only ones that could pin. And as you're going for the pinfall, the AIs are smart enough to break up the pin. So you have to make sure you do this when no one's in the ring, when everybody's just beat up, everyone is just stunned outside the ring, whatnot. It's real. It's realistic. In the Bloodline Rules match, Cody Rhodes is not going to win if everybody from the Bloodline is still up. Roman Reigns is not going to win if everybody on Cody's side is still up. Somebody has to be, has to be chaos. It needs to be, people need to be beat up. People need to be stunned, nonetheless. So yes, that's overall how this Bloodline Rules match works. It's just essentially a 1-on-1, but it becomes a 4-on-4 with only, one person being able to do a pinfall. Kind of like a War Games match without the War Games, if you think about it the way it's structured. Even though the War Games match, everyone needs to come in the ring. In the Bloodline Rules match, not everybody needs to pop up in the ring. You could literally win 1-on-1. You could win when your opponent has 2 people out and you have 1. It doesn't need to be everybody out. So yes, overall, you get 3 teammates to come out to help you. Your opponent gets 3 teammates to come out and help them. And you need to wait for the Q to pop up under you, as I believe is R2 and triangle, similar to like a finisher. So that's what it is. That's the Bloodlines Rules match in WWE 2K25. I think it was an absolute great addition. They added a bunch of good matches. You have the Bloodline Rules match. You have the Underground match. There are different match types you could do online. something new that no one's even touched base on. I'm surprised. You could do a 4-on-4 ladder match. Like, you have a team of 4 versus another team of 4. That was not a thing before. So, I mean, a lot of cool features. Of course, backstage now, it could be an 8-man elimination type match. We need to KO everybody or pin them. 8 people. So, it's pretty much fun. They added a little arcade feel to it. Something we've wanted since SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. It's an arcade feel, and it feels realistic. So, I absolutely love what they're doing here. So try out the Bloodline rules match. You know, I'm just overall, if I have to review the new addition to the game, this is absolutely an 8 out of 10, so to speak. I think it's absolutely great, and it's an 8 out of 10 because of what I'm going to show you now. No one came out. I literally just went for a pinfall, and the match was over. Nobody came out when I beat Solo Sikoa, as you see right here. I mean, I just beat him up, and nobody came out. So it just makes it a little like, okay, what's happening here? And then I did that one match where I was just beating up, you know, the new Bloodline, and no one was coming out either. It was me beating up Tongaloa, me beating up Tama Tonga, and that's it. It was just them two. I wasn't able to call nobody out. Jacob Fatu never came out. So with the exception of that, it plays great. So you might run into the time where maybe nobody comes out, or maybe it doesn't let you call nobody out. Just know it's just a bug in the game, and I do believe they will fix it in recent updates coming up. You know, there is going to be a big update, I believe, the date of the actual release, which is March the 14th. I'm doing this March the 12th. You know, I had early access. I bought the Bloodline edition. So, yeah, I have early access on this. So, overall, that's what it is. So, the Bloodline rules match, absolutely great. Make sure you check it out when you get the game, if you get the game. If not, if you want to see more content in regards to the Bloodline rules match, please let me know down below in the comment section. I'll do my best to present to you all more gameplay of this match type. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It's cool. When they announced it, I was all for it. I'm like, okay, this is going to be some fun. We're going to, you know, they're adding some new things to the WWE game. Overall, I am absolutely happy for that. So 2K25 so far is an overall huge W, though. There is a big problem, and we'll touch base on that in another video, but I'll give it a huge W. I like 2K25 so far. Despite the showcase mode being a little bland, the gameplay is fluid. It's smooth. It's new. Things are, you know, if you do a move, it feels like it fits. Everything connects like a puzzle, right? Sometimes wrestling games act a little glitchy, a little buggy, or a little choppy. That's not the case with 2K25. So they did a good job there. 2K has been doing a good job with the WWE games, revamping it since 2K19. So I'm happy overall. So yes, this is the Bloodline rules match. I hope you all enjoyed this little review, the gameplay of it. Let me know how you feel about the Bloodline rules match down below. Do you give it an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10? What do you give it on a scale of 1 to 10? And if you give it 100 out of 10, then I know you like it, and you'll like it twice on Sundays. So thank you all so much for tuning in. As I always say in my videos and my little outros that I do, remember that God is good, God is real, and miracles do happen. I am a living proof of those miracles, as I would not be here today if it wasn't for the good Lord above. Remember what Hulk Hogan has said once before and many times: say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brothers and sisters. And John Cena's mantra of never give up, and you could absolutely succeed in absolutely anything you like to do. Never give up, you know, when he was a good guy, because I don't know what he's going to say now. They'll never give up when he was a good guy for all those years that we all looked up to him, all those years. That's what he said, and we got to live by those words. And Dusty Rhodes also said something that's very captivating. I believe, if I don't mess this up, let me know if I do in the comment section. But he did say, get a dream, hold on to it, and shoot for the stars. If I'm wrong, you got to let me know down below, because I hope I'm saying it right by now, because I've said it already like 10 times in the past 10 videos. So thank you all so much for tuning in. And from my part of the world, as I always say, good morning, good afternoon, good night, and good evening, Vietnam. JC from Fittest Gamers. And I'm going to log out, baby. So please, editor, oh wait, that is me, cue the static.